Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to another video. In today's video, let's talk about relationships. I'm going to share 6 principles taught by the Buddha on having a healthy and happy relationship. Maintaining a healthy relationship is a bit challenging. Why? Because we have different personalities. We are different from one another. But we lose this ability to understand this reality. What is the reality? The difference between each other. Sometimes we ask our partners, "Why can't you think like me? Why can't you be like me? Why can't you act like me or behave like me?" This is where we make many problems in relationships. But if we can realize the difference between one another, if we can realize we are different from each other, then we can get the power of understanding. There's one important quality we must practice in any relationship, and that is understanding. Understand other situations. Understand why they are acting like that. Understand why they are behaving like that. Our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, taught 6 principles to practice. If you practice these 6 principles in any relationship, your relationship will be much more happy and healthy. So without any further ado, let's get into these principles. I'm going to explain one by one. First of all, the Buddha said you need to practice these principles when that person is with us or in front of us, and also in the times where that person is not with us. That means both privately and publicly. We have to practice and maintain these principles in our life. These principles were taught by the Buddha to monks, actually, because as monks, we live as a community. In our monastery, we have more than 25 monks. When you analyze their personalities, they all are different. They all have different ways of lifestyles. When we are interacting, there may be some problems. There may be some clashes too. But if we practice these qualities, there will be less problems. There will be less disagreements. That is why Buddha taught us these principles. This was originally preached by the Buddha to the monks, and you can apply these principles to your life also. So let's get into the first principle. Buddha said you need to treat your spiritual companions with physical kindness. What do you mean by bodily kindness? There are certain things we can do from our body in order to show our kindness or compassion towards that person. It may not be big things like spending money on big things, but there are many little things we can do for that person to create happiness in that person's mind. We can give that idea that we value your life, that I value your being with me. So Buddha said, do the acts of loving kindness from your body. Maybe like helping in his career. Maybe like helping in household activities. If you take an example like in a husband and wife relationship, you can share the things you are doing in life. We can help each other. That is one way of showing love and kindness to that person. We can show in many ways our love and kindness to these people. When you act from your body with love and kindness, that creates the mutuality between people. So the first principle is to treat people with physical kindness. Then Buddha said, as the second principle, treat the companions with verbal kindness. You can speak nice and kind and heartwarming words to them to create the happiness and pleasure in their mind. Each and every one of us likes to listen to pleasant words. We all surrender in front of kind words and kind actions. So the first and second thing is to treat them with physical kindness and also with verbal kindness. And as the third principle, Buddha said, This is the most important principle, and that is, treat your companions with mental kindness. This is the important one. Why is that? Because if you generate these kind thoughts towards the people around you, in your mind, your thoughts become your actions. Then your actions will be more kind. Your thoughts become your words. Then your words will become more kind. So, as the third principle, Buddha taught us, treat your companion with mental kindness. When you treat your companion with mental kindness, that means you are spreading this grace and power of kindness towards them. When that person is in front of us, and also in the times where he or she is not with us, we have to do in the same way. That is the third one. And also, as the fourth principle, Buddha said, you have to share without reservation. For the monks, Buddha said, if you get any kind of food or something good to your life, you have to share that thing with your spiritual companions. We monks, when we get some food, we always try to share with our monks. So you can adopt that to your life. Whatever the things that you get, maybe like you had something very delicious food. When you're working in a long-distance place, and when you come home or when you come to your partner, you can say, "Hey, I had this delicious food. I need you to have that." That means you're sharing it. When you share without reservation, it creates the peacefulness and strengthens the relationships. So sharing is one of the most key and important ingredients in relationships. And as the fifth principle, Buddha said, you have to be virtuous. What do you mean by virtuous? In Buddhism, as normal people, we practice 5 precepts. Buddhist people practice 5 precepts: abstaining from killing beings, abstaining from stealing, abstaining from sexual misconduct, abstaining from telling lies, and abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs or alcohols. These are the 5 precepts that lay people practice in Buddhism. When you become more moral or virtuous, it creates the trust in people. In relationships, in normal relationships, this third precept is very important. In the third precept, it simply says, you are not cheating your partner. That means it creates the trust and loyalty between the partner. And in the relationship, in any kind of relationship, trust is the foundation. Without trust, there is no use of a relationship. So when you become more virtuous, you will create the trust and loyalty in the relationship. And as the sixth and the final principle, Buddha taught us you have to have a common view in any kind of relationship. That means, if you can, in a relationship, if both the people or if everyone work for one dream, work to achieve one goal, that creates the peace in this relationship. As monks, Buddha said, you have to have one dream or one goal in your life. There's only one purpose of becoming a monk, and that is to end the sufferings of this long cycle of rebirth and to be enlightened. When all the monks get together and work for that dream, then that will be so much easier to live with them. When someone is deviating from that path, that creates the problem. So in relationships also, if every one of us can work for one dream or want to achieve one goal, then that will be more easy and more happy. So these are the 6 principles that we must practice in any kind of relationship. You can apply these principles to any kind of relationships, whether it is husband and wife, maybe like girlfriend and boyfriend, whether it is like parents and children. Whatever the relationship is, you can apply these principles and make it more healthy and happy. So practice these principles. Add them to your life and make your life a better one. So I'm going to end this video with a nice quote that I've read. It says, "All relationships go through bad times, but the real relationships get through bad times." So practice the principles and make your life a better one.